For those who are new here, welcome. Anyway, if you want more of my content, just tap the bell icon down below and you'll get my videos in your notifications. Enjoy and welcome to the channel. So, you want to be an artist, a photographer, and a model. Are all those the same thing? Well, anyway, sit back and relax and enjoy these tips that I'm going to tell you on how to achieve your dream on being an artist, a photographer, and a model. As the title says, I'm going to just be talking about stuff. In this video, I'm going to tell you tips and tricks on how to achieve your dream on being an artist, a model, and a photographer, and to get you closer to what you need to achieve in order to do that. Tip number 1, get yourself an inkjet printer. You're probably wondering on what brands you should probably get, right? Well, in my experience, I've always dealt with HP, but you can go with any other brand there is. So maybe you don't want an HP. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people won't. The next printer that you probably want to get that is equivalent to an HP is probably an Epson. It'd probably be a little bit more in price because Epson has those doohickeys and bells and whistles and whatnot, and pretty much an HP printer has those as well. But you can get an Epson if you wish. Now, if you don't want an Epson, you could probably get one of those other printers, if they are still around, Brother brand. Clever name for a printer company, don't you think? Well, I never really dealt with Brother, and I haven't dealt with Brother yet, but I would like to. I wouldn't say the low cost, but they might. They might have like the cheapest of the ink, but if you want something high-tech, either HP or Epson or, I don't know, some other brand, if it's cheap, just go and get it, might as well. I'm just telling you what's good in my experience. Here's a little in-depth on printing. Most printers, well, all printers, well, some models has a functionality for wireless printing. Now, I would steer away from all downloading apps to your tablets, I don't know about Epson, but the HP ones are pretty wonky. They're easy to use, but they're still wonky. I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to printing, and I tried it. It doesn't work as well. And if you really want to be a perfectionist, I would go to your printer's company and download software off to their website. It'll be completely free, either for Mac, Windows, or Linux, or whatever operating system you have, and it will still be there. Some of the software will be updated or whatnot. You could update it yourself manually or whatever. But, stay away from all the apps that you download from your tablets, to print off your printer. If you're on iOS, anything that's AirPrint, some applications work, some don't. Like if you're printing from photos, it'll come out very, very small. And that's not really good to show a company, like a agency for modeling or photographer, but it might suffice, but it's not the best way to go. So best bet is to get the software from the website, download it to your computer, and go from there. Tip number 2 is to have a portfolio. You need to present yourself, correct? Well, in order to be presentable, is you need to have a portfolio. It doesn't matter if it's in black and white, color, and this is for the photographers. It doesn't really matter if it's in black and white or however with filters, but if you're using filters, I would suggest don't go overboard with them. Just use the basic, color correction. If you're into that, then you know what to do. But if you don't, then stick with black and white or in color. Tip number 3. I'll give you 5 places where you can put your art, pictures, and whatnot, and whatever you like to do. Number 1, Tumblr. You can create as many accounts on Tumblr as you please. There are so many different features. There are different ways that you could post. You can even post from your email to Tumblr, or you could text content from your phone to Tumblr. And there's a way that you can actually call a number and it'll be directly to your Tumblr. It'll be like a special number. But that's all fun and games, but you might do that, right? Number 2, WordPress. WordPress has been online for the longest time. That too, you can make as many WordPress accounts as possible. You can make WordPress into a personal website. And there are so many different features on WordPress that you can't find on Tumblr. WordPress is more on the editing side, but you can basically make your own personal portfolio, blog, anything and then everything that you want to create on WordPress. Here's number 3 and number 4. And that's Wix and Weebly. Both basically in a nutshell, they're drag and drop. That's all there is, drag and drop. But I believe on a Weebly you can actually do some HTML editing if you know that, but if you want to strictly go to drag and drop, you can. Both of them are good. Not one of the best, but they're good for what it's worth. For Weebly, you can make as many pages on there you can, but if you pay per month, you can have like as many pages as you want, but I believe the maximum is like 7 to 10 or something. I can't remember. Maybe up to 5. It's been so long. As for Wix, it's just a dumbed down version of Weebly. But basically it's the same actual structure as Weebly, is just drag and drop. But you can actually implement your own links and your own whatever that you want. But pretty much it's still usable, but not one of the best, but it's still usable. It's completely free, and for those who know how to do this, you can actually use and buy your own domain name through like so many different companies. If you want to know how, just Google how to purchase a domain name. That's basically telling you you can make you know, if it's going to be a photo gallery of your photography, it's, you know, you can make a URL. This is, you know, example. This is my photography website.com or something. I know that's kind of cheesy in a way, but you get the point. But both of them are pretty good. I used them both. And if that's the way you want it, then go with those two, Weebly and Wix. And number 5, what could it be? Well, Instagram. Well, there's really nothing to say about Instagram because everyone's already on it. You could basically use it for anything, really. A portfolio for your art, a portfolio for your pictures, a portfolio for your photography. Everyone is on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. You're probably on Instagram that you're watching this video. And a lot of people use it differently. Now there's different ways to interact on Instagram. You can actually go live. You can actually do video. Any way to entice your audience, the better way is to use Instagram. Out of all 5 tips I've just told you, and all the 5 websites, the best bet is just to use Tumblr, WordPress, and Instagram. That's all you need to do, basically. Anyway, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe.